Now here comes another thing. If we wish to change this general HTML structure into a regular HTML5 structure, then what is the alteration that we need to bring on into our project? And in this particular case, I would like to ask you, first of all, use this doc type here, and then you need to use this code right over here. So this is the syntax, this is the code that we had used. And another thing, we can see that we had practically used this HTML part here, and then we had created another HTML tag, but as a closing tag. There is only one HTML closing tag that we had used into our web page. Now this is practically a declaration. That is why we do not need to create another closing HTML tag to be used along with. Like we don't need another closing tag right over here, because this is just a declaration and we do not need to repeat it anywhere elsewhere into our document. So just discard it off. And the additional thing that you can do, you may specify the HTML language preference right over here. So if we create this, lang, and if this is English, so all we had done here, first of all, we had made a declaration that the upcoming HTML web structure, it is practically an HTML5 document, and in the next case the default language will be English. This is what we had specified right over here. For French, I guess it is FR, for Russian, for Italian, for Greek, or for other languages, you may specify the corresponding abbreviation with your project with this HTML language declaration right over here. But right now we will be using English as a default language, and that is why I had placed here this EN version. Now once we had done here, now the document has now turned into an HTML5 document. Now it needs some additional things to be used along with it, like it needs some additional scripts to run well with older versions of browsers. So that is why some additional scripts and some additional style elements might be needed right over here to be used along with this documentation. And of course there should be an additional XML or XHTML structure which should be applied to this individual structure here. All you need to do, you need to Google for some HTML5 supporting script into Google. You need to put this input into Google and we will be finding some definite HTML5 supporting script and CSS files rather working. In the next case, all we need to do, first of all, let's head back to our project and we will be inspecting our page source here, and we can see that this is the doc type HTML declaration here. This has been auto refreshed, so we can see that the doc type declaration is been created here, which suggests that this is an HTML5 document. And then comes the default language, then comes this head title and the other things, this body tag here, this HTML closing HTML tag. Everything is right back into position. So we had opened it up along with this Firefox document, and we can see that already this thing has been denoted right over here. Now in the next case, all we need to do, we need to use some additional information like the name of the author here, the name of the concern, about some keywords, about some descriptions, about the option whether you wish to use your site as a mobile responsive one, as a mobile optimized, or you wish to keep it a static desktop oriented. So in maximum cases, and especially in today's era, every single website is a mobile responsive site. So we need to make usage of an additional tag which clearly suggests that the web page that we have created, it is practically a mobile optimized, it is practically a mobile responsive site. So we need to make that provision into our document, and in that purpose we need to use another tag, which is, it is known as the meta tag. So we had created this title here, and after this title, first of all, keep them aligned into a single line. So we have created it. This is the title tag, and right after this title tag we will be using this meta tag. Now there are two ways to close your meta tag. First of all, either you may close it as if it is here in this particular case, like this is the tag that you are going to represent, that you are going to use, this is the code, or all you can do, you may close it as if this one. Now both of them are practically correct. We would like to say that the first one is the standard browser specific tag closing of meta tag, as it is a open tag here, and the second one is very much XML supported. So we might use both of these tags right over here. There's absolutely no problem, but in my case I'll be using the second one. This is the tag that I'll be using here. This is the syntax that I'll be using right over here.